Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of coins, and specifically, we're going to explore a very interesting piece, the Australia 50 cents coin from 1978, especially those rare examples that have developed a rust black appearance and are still in fine condition. Coins are more than just currency. They carry history, stories, and sometimes surprising value. And this 1978 Australian 50 cent coin is a perfect example of how even a common coin can become something special over time. Let's start by understanding the history behind this coin. The Australian 50 cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia transitioned to decimal currency. By 1978, the coin had already become a standard part of everyday transactions across the country. The design features the iconic Australian coat of arms on the reverse, symbolizing national pride and identity. On the obverse, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, which connects the coin to the broader history of the Commonwealth. Now, when we talk about a rust black coin, it might sound unusual because most Australian 50 cent coins are not supposed to rust easily. These coins are made primarily from cupronickel, a combination of copper and nickel, which is known for its durability and resistance to corrosion. However, over decades, environmental exposure, moisture, soil contact, or improper storage can lead to dark toning or even a blackened surface. Instead of seeing this as damage, many collectors actually appreciate unique toning because it gives the coin a distinct character and story. In terms of condition, a fine condition coin means that although the coin has been circulated, the main design elements are still clearly visible. The edges may show some wear, and finer details might be slightly faded, but overall, the coin retains its identity and readability. A 1978 coin with rust black toning in fine condition can actually stand out visually compared to regular shiny examples. Now let's talk about the background and composition in more depth. The Australian 50 cent coin has a distinctive dodecagonal shape, meaning it has 12 sides. This makes it easy to recognize even by touch. It weighs about and has a solid feel in hand, which collectors really appreciate. The cupronickel composition gives it strength and longevity, allowing many of these coins to survive decades of circulation. Moving on to collector demand, this is where things get interesting. Normally, a 1978 Australian 50 cent coin is quite common and not extremely rare. However, coins with unusual features, like black toning, environmental effects, or unique wear patterns, can attract attention from collectors who are looking for something different. In the coin collecting world, uniqueness often adds appeal. If the toning looks natural and not artificially created, it can increase interest significantly. Additionally, collectors from Australia and around the world often seek coins from specific years to complete their collections. The 1978 coin fits into many collection sets, and when it has a distinctive look, it can become even more desirable. Now let's talk about the current market value. In general, a regular 1978 Australian 50 cent coin in circulated condition might only be worth its or slightly above, typically around $150,000 to $20,000 Australian dollars. However, when you have a coin with unusual black toning and still in fine condition, the value can increase depending on the visual appeal and collector interest. Such coins may sell anywhere between $3 to $10 Australian dollars, and sometimes even higher if the toning is particularly attractive or rare. It's important to understand that coin value is not fixed. It depends on demand, condition, and uniqueness. One collector might pay more simply because they love the look of the coin. Now, for those of you who are collectors or thinking of becoming one, here are some helpful tips woven into our discussion. Always store your coins properly in a dry, safe environment to prevent unwanted damage. At the same time, don't rush to clean coins, especially old ones. Cleaning can actually reduce value because collectors prefer natural surfaces, even if they are toned or slightly worn. Take time to learn about coins, compare examples online, and connect with other collectors. The more knowledge you gain, the better decisions you will make. And remember, every coin has a story. Sometimes the worn and toned coins are more interesting than perfect shiny ones, As we come to the conclusion, the 1978 Australia 50-cent rust black coin in fine condition is a beautiful reminder that value is not just about rarity, but also about uniqueness and history. While it may not be the most expensive coin out there, it holds charm, character, and a special place in the world of collectors. Next up, today we're diving into something really fascinating for coin lovers and collectors. The Australia 50 cents coin from 1996, especially in very fine condition, and its current market value in dollars. Now, at first glance, this coin might look like just another piece of currency, but when you take a closer look, you'll realize it carries history, craftsmanship, and collector interest all in one small metallic piece. Let's start with a bit of history. The Australian 50 cents coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia switched to decimal currency. The early versions were round and made of silver, which made them quite valuable. However, due to rising silver prices, the design and composition changed after just 1 year. From 1969 onwards, including our 1996 coin, the shape became the iconic dodecagonal form which makes it very easy to recognize even by touch. The 1996 version of this coin features the Australian coat of arms on the reverse side, with the kangaroo and emu supporting a shield that represents the states. On the obverse side, you'll find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael McLeuf, which was used on Australian coins during that era. This gives the coin not only national importance, but also a connection to a broader historical period. Now let's talk about condition, because this is where things really start to matter for collectors. A coin described as very fine condition means it has been in circulation, but still retains clear details. The major features are visible. The design is still sharp, but you may notice some wear on the high points. It's not brand new, but it's definitely well preserved, and that makes it attractive to collectors who want quality without paying premium uncirculated prices. Moving on to composition and background details, the 1996 Australian 50 cents coin is made from cupronickel, which is a mix of. This combination makes the coin strong, durable, and resistant to corrosion, which is why many of these coins still look good even after years of circulation. The coin weighs and has a diameter of giving it a solid, hefty feel in the hand, something collectors really appreciate. Now let's discuss collector demand. The truth is, the 1996 Australian 50 cent coin is not considered rare in the strictest sense because millions were minted. However, demand still exists, especially among beginner collectors or those completing year sets of Australian coins. Coins in very fine condition are particularly appealing because they strike a balance between affordability and quality. If a coin has clean surfaces, minimal scratches, and strong detail, collectors will definitely show interest. So what about the current market value? This is probably the question you've been waiting for. In today's market, a 1996 Australian 50 cents coin in very fine condition generally sells for around $175,000 to $330,000. In some cases, if the coin has exceptional eye appeal or is part of a collection, it could go slightly higher. However, since it is still a relatively common coin, the value stays modest. But remember, value is not always just about rarity. It's also about condition, presentation, and collector interest. Now let me share some helpful tips for collectors who are interested in coins like this. Always check the condition carefully before buying or selling. Even small differences in wear can affect the price. Try to store your coins in protective holders or albums to maintain their quality over time. Avoid cleaning coins, because cleaning can actually reduce their value instead of increasing it. And most importantly, keep learning and exploring, because coin collecting is as much about knowledge and passion as it is about value. Finally, let's wrap things up. The 1996 Australian 50 cents coin in very fine condition may not be extremely rare, but it still holds a special place in the world of numismatics. It represents history, craftsmanship, and the joy of collecting. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced collector, coins like this are a great way to build your collection and deepen your appreciation for currency from around the world. Next up, today we're diving into an interesting and valuable coin that many collectors either already have or are searching for the Australia 50 cents coin from New South Wales, minted in 2001, especially in very fine condition. This coin might look ordinary at first glance, but when you explore its history, condition, and collector demand, you'll discover there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Let's start with the history of this coin. The Australian 50 cents coin has been an important part of the country's currency since it was first introduced in 1966, the same year Australia switched to decimal currency. Over the years, many designs have been released, including commemorative editions representing important events, regions, and cultural heritage. The 2001 issue is particularly meaningful because it connects with the identity of New South Wales, one of Australia's oldest and most historically rich states. Coins like this often celebrate federation, state pride, or historical milestones, making them more appealing to collectors who value both history and symbolism. Now let's talk about condition, because condition plays a huge role in a coin's value. A coin described as very fine means it has been circulated but still retains a good amount of its original detail. You can still clearly see the main design elements, although there may be some wear on the higher points. The edges might show light signs of use, but nothing too heavy. For collectors, a very fine condition coin is still highly desirable because it balances affordability with decent visual appeal. It tells a story this coin has been used, it has traveled, and yet it still holds its beauty. Moving on to the background and composition of the coin, the Australian 50 cents coin is known for its distinctive dodecagonal shape, meaning it has 12 sides. This unique shape makes it instantly recognizable and also adds to its charm. The coin is made from cupronickel, which is a mixture of copper and nickel. This composition gives the coin durability and resistance to corrosion, allowing it to maintain its appearance even after years of circulation. The weight and size also make it feel substantial in hand, something collectors truly appreciate. Now let's discuss collector demand. Coins like the 2001 New South Wales 50 cents piece can have steady demand depending on their design, mintage, and condition. While it may not be considered extremely rare, it still holds value among collectors who are trying to complete sets or who focus on Australian commemorative coins. Demand tends to increase when collectors are specifically interested in state-themed coins or early 2000s issues. Additionally, collectors often look for coins in better condition, so a very fine example is definitely something worth keeping. Coming to the most important part, the current market value. As of today, a 2001 Australian 50 cents coin from New South Wales in very fine condition typically has a modest but respectable value. In most cases, it can be worth around $2,045,000 to $3,045,000 Australian dollars, depending on the exact condition, buyer interest, and where it is sold. If the coin is closer to extremely fine or uncirculated condition, the value can go higher. While this may not seem like a huge amount, it's important to remember that coin collecting is not just about high prices, it's about history, enjoyment, and long-term appreciation. Now let's talk about some helpful tips for collectors. Always store your coins properly to protect their condition. Use coin holders or albums to avoid scratches and exposure to moisture. Try not to clean your coins, as cleaning can actually reduce their value. It's also a good idea to learn how to grade coins accurately, because understanding condition can help you make better buying and selling decisions. And most importantly, collect what you enjoy. Coins like this, as 1 cents piece, are perfect for building a meaningful and interesting collection without spending too much money. As we wrap up, this coin is a great example of how even modern coins can carry historical significance and collector interest. The Australia 50 cents coin from 2001, representing New South Wales, may not be extremely rare, but it still holds value in terms of history, design, and collectability. In very fine condition, it offers a nice balance between affordability and quality, making it a solid addition to any collection. Next up, today we're diving into something truly fascinating for coin lovers and collectors alike. The Australian 50 cents coin featuring the beautiful fauna designs of the Lorikeet, Koala, and Wombat, especially focusing on the 2004 issue in very fine condition and its current market value in dollars. If you enjoy discovering hidden value in everyday coins, then this is definitely a story you'll want to stick around for. Let's begin with a little history. The Australian 50-cent coin has always held a special place in the country's currency system. Introduced in 1966, it quickly became one of the most recognizable coins due to its unique dodecagonal, or shape. Over the years, Australia has released many commemorative designs, celebrating culture, wildlife, and national pride. Among these, the fauna-themed coins stand out for their charm and artistic detail. The 2004 fauna coin featuring the Lorikeet, koala, and wombat captures the essence of Australia's rich wildlife heritage, making it especially appealing to collectors and nature enthusiasts. Now, when we talk about condition, it plays a huge role in determining a coin's desirability and value. A coin described as being in very fine condition means it has seen some circulation but still retains strong details. The major design elements, like the feathers of the lorikeet, the soft fur texture of the koala, and the sturdy form of the wombat, are still clearly visible. There might be light wear on the highest points, but overall, the coin still looks attractive and well-preserved. This level of condition is often considered a sweet spot for collectors who want quality without paying the premium of an uncirculated coin. Let's talk about the background and composition of this coin. The Australian 50-cent coin is made from cupronickel, which is an alloy of copper and nickel. This gives the coin its silver-like appearance and durability, allowing it to withstand years of use while maintaining its structure. The coin weighs around and, as mentioned earlier, has that distinctive which makes it instantly recognizable even without looking. This unique design adds to its collectability and makes it stand out in any coin collection. Moving on to collector demand. This is where things get really interesting. Coins featuring animals, especially iconic species like the lorikeet, koala, and wombat, tend to attract a wide range of collectors. Not only do traditional coin collectors seek them out, but wildlife lovers and casual hobbyists are also drawn to their beauty. The 2004 Fauna issue holds steady interest because it combines artistic appeal with a strong cultural identity. While it may not be the rarest coin out there, its theme and design ensure that it remains desirable in the collector market. Now let's discuss the current market value, which is what many of you are probably most curious about. A 2004 Australian 50-cent fauna coin in very fine condition typically holds a modest but respectable value. In today's market, such a coin usually ranges between around $1,048,000 to $175,000, depending on its exact condition, demand, and where it is being sold. Sometimes, if the coin has exceptional eye appeal or is part of a complete set, it may fetch slightly more. While it may not make you instantly rich, it's a wonderful example of how everyday coins can still carry collectible value. For collectors, there are always ways to make the most out of coins like this. Keeping the coin safe from scratches, moisture, and excessive handling can help preserve its condition. Using proper coin holders or albums is a great step toward maintaining its quality over time. It's also a good idea to stay updated with the market by checking recent sales and trends, as values can shift based on collector interest. Building a themed collection, such as Australian wildlife coins, can also increase the overall appeal and potential value of your collection. As we come to the conclusion, it's clear that the 2004 Australian 50-cent fauna coin is more than just spare change. It represents a beautiful blend of art, culture, and nature. Even in very fine condition, it carries both historical and collectible value, making it a great addition to any collection. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced collector, coins like this remind us that value isn't always about rarity or high price. Sometimes it's about the story, the design, and the connection it creates. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed learning about this coin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with fellow collectors. And remember, the next time you come across a simple coin, take a closer look. You might just be holding a small piece of history in your hands.